a better resonance. It speaks so much more what you say than the little stuff you do. So be able to communicate, it'll make impact to every little thing you do. And the seventh one we talked about was influence. Influence. And the thing about influence is that influence is subtle and powerful. Influence is subtle and powerful. See, most people that get off track don't get pushed off track, they get nudged. They get nudged. I mean, one of the early quotes we talked about is Jim Rohn said you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Literally, you can check it. The 5 people you spend the most time with, you guys watch the same TV shows, you guys have about the same income, you complain about the same things. Those, and they will guide and direct you tremendously. And the thing about influence, what we have to understand, that influence is 2 parts. Your association is also a matter of persuasion. With regards to association, there's 3 things to know that you have to ask, 3 things you have to ask about the people with whom you're associated. 1, you got to say to yourself, who am I around? See, if I'm the average of 5 people, that means I'm the average of the 5 people in my ambit business. It means I'm the average of what they're earning. I'm the average of how they're thinking. I'm the average of what they're saying. I'm the average of all those people. So you got to ask yourself, who am I around? Then second, you got to ask, what are they doing to me? What are they causing me to think? What are they causing me to watch? What are they causing me to say? Where are they causing me to go? Who are they causing me to become? And then the third thing you ask yourself, is it okay? Is it okay? I mean, you look at the 5 people you spend most time with, and then you say, who am I hanging around? What are they doing to me? And is it okay? I'm not saying it's not okay, just check. And the cures for association is this. 1, disassociation. Walk away. There's some people that you can't spend any time with, that you can't allow to have any access in your life. Walk away. The second one is what we call limited association. Some people you can give about 5 minutes, but you can't give them 5 hours. Some people can have 5 hours, but they can't have 5 days. And the third and more powerful one is called expanded association. See, I'm going to Power Trip. I'm going to go to October 7th, I'll be with Ken and Jim Mason. When I go to Power Trip, I'm going to sign up for Yellow Jacket Mentoring. I'm going to intentionally expand my association with people that are up there. In October, I'm going to do the Landmark Forum. I'm doing all these different things to expand my association. I want to be the dumbest, brokest, poorest, neediest person in my group, because I can only rise up to that level. And think about the flip side of that. If you're the smartest, most successful, most lucrative, and most intelligent person in your group, there's only one place that you can go. And the last thing to understand about influence is that there's a difference between presentation and persuasion. See, we have these presentations we do, and there are people who can present well. But there's some people who are just effective, who hit home. And so what you have to understand with persuasion is understand who you are. Be true to that person and speak from there. I remember the first time, I used to do a lot of quotes and all kinds of things. I remember somebody got up at a presentation and he was going to do me. God bless him. He got ready to do this quote. He was going to do this elaborate quote, and he got about halfway through, and he realized he forgot it. And he said, oh, I got it right here. And he goes, I left it at my seat. And everything fell because he was trying to be someone other than who he was to communicate his point. So be comfortable with who you are. Find out who you are and use that influence of your personal story to make your point. Now the 9th one we talk about is abundance. Actually, I'm on 8. Oh, abundance, here we go. And abundance is simply the ability to live the life you want on your own terms. To live the life you want on your own terms. And here's a question I got to ask you. Because we've all got the same compensation plan. We're all working in the same markets. We all have access to whomever. How is it possible that some people in the same time frame can make twice what you make? How is it possible that some people in the same time frame can make 4 times, 10 times? 100 times what you make. I mean, there's not a different compensation plan. There's not a different set of, we all got the same information. All of access is the same thing. What is it that they're doing that allows them to get so much more abundance in the same time frame? And it's real simple. The key to abundance goes back to Jim Rohn talking about what's the secret to greatness. The secret to greatness is service to many. See, the reason why they have more, do more, get more is because they serve more. See, when you're coming to the meeting, you get there right at 7:30, you leave at 8:30, and somebody had to volunteer to sit at the desk to write down names. Somebody had to do something. What are we doing to be of service to more people, whether it benefits us or not? It's about service. What are we doing to avail ourselves to serve? Because it says, cast many seeds upon the water, and it will come back to you sevenfold. Not necessarily the same seeds. What are we doing to be more of service? That's the key to abundance. The ninth pillar we talk about is productivity. Results is the name of the game. See, at the end of the day, we go to Ambition, and they give us our name tag. And it has ribbons on it. And the ribbons don't say, he made 26 calls last week. The ribbons don't say, he set 42 appointments. No, the ribbons count the score. Like, you ever know anybody who meant to lose weight, or meant to get along better with their spouse, or meant to study for that exam? Results is the name of the game. And so regarding productivity, what we have to understand is that we've got to make measurable progress in a reasonable time. We've got to make measurable progress in a reasonable time. And also we have to understand with regard to productivity, the greatest secret, the secret to success for the rich is not in their genius. It's not in their genius. I mean, we got people that are billionaires on platforms in Iowa, in Maine, in New Hampshire, have achieved all kinds of things, clearly are not genius. It's not about their genius. The key, the secret to richness is not about brilliance. It doesn't matter how, you can't present 20 times better. The secret to the rich is in their management of time. The secret to the rich is in their management of time. And one of the things I love about busy people is that they get stuff done. I mean, if you listen to the stories of all these successful people in this business, they were too busy to do the business. I heard a great call last week from Mike Obey on the EC Factory. No, I'm not a member of the EC Factory, but I listen to every call I can because I'm committed to continuously learning. But Mike Obey's story, 110 hours, he owned like 4 or 5 Carvels. He had about 24 different rental properties. He owned a mortgage company, but he managed to do this business because busy people know how to prioritize. Busy people know how to do the most important things first. They take care of things. So regarding productivity, a couple things there. It says, look, make sure I give things. Here's one thing that you have to take advantage of because we understand that time is a lost commodity every moment. A moment less. I'm a moment less. So when I hear people talk about killing time is not homicide, it's suicide. Killing time is not murder, it's self-destruction. And every day you lose is one day less that you have. So one of the things I want to tell you to take advantage of with regard to productivity is master the day. Like if you're going to make 10 calls today, 20 calls tomorrow doesn't make up for yesterday's no calls. And one of the things that's phenomenal is that so many people never progress because they're always stopping and starting. They're always stopping and starting. And one of the things that we lose is we lose the momentum of the present day. So I'm excited that we're going to understand that productivity is about mastering the day and taking advantage of it. The last piece I want to talk about, until we're on time, is action. See, I like action. Action is, see, great quote. Action finishes the miracle and a miracle process of turning nothing into something. Action finishes the miracle process of turning nothing into something. See, the action is this. First and foremost, you got to understand, you got to start where you are. You got to start where you are. And when they say, great, right here, make a list. That means it's too late to get to know who you don't know right now. Where you are right now. You know, some people are at this point of I've been an MC for a year. What can I do? I've been an RC for 2 years. What can I do? Start where you are. Right? Yesterday gone. What can you do? Let's make your list. Let's qualify the list. Let's start making the calls right now, today. Understand, forget all the other things. You are where you are. But I love the way Teddy Roosevelt says, do what you can with what you have from where you are. And so understand the first thing you want to do is start where you are. And the thing about action is that wisdom and faith must be deposited into work to have value. See, discipline, like, affirmation without discipline is the beginning of delusion. Oh, I'm getting better and better every day. Every day and every way I'm getting better and better, but you didn't make a call. Every day and everywhere I'm getting better and better, but you weren't on the conference call. Every day and everywhere I'm getting better and better, but you haven't read any pages. Every day and everywhere, but I haven't gone out to meet any people. Discipline without affirmation without discipline is the beginning of delusion. So you got to understand wisdom and faith. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter what you feel. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't even matter what you decide. If you don't stick the key in the car and turn the ignition and put your foot on the gas, we got to put it in gear first. And then you put your foot in the gas. Make sure you're going straight. Because if you're going, if you park, you got to pull out. But you've got to engage yourself into activity. And that's the reality. So one of the things we understand with this is that formula for success. The formula for success is take heavy action on one good idea. Take heavy action on one good idea. And one of the things I see a lot of people who, you ever see those MLM junkies that are in like 3 or 4 different MLM companies, but they're just kind of like at the first or second level of 3 or 4 different companies? Imagine if they held that magnifying glass on one spot of the paper, let the sunshine come through there onto the paper, and they kept it right there. But they do this one, and then they do this one, and then they do this one, and they do this one, and nothing ever catches fire. Nothing ever catches fire. And one of the things I'm excited to understand, to kind of convey something that we talk about, is that Pastor Kenny talks about 3 reasons why people don't succeed in network marketing. One of them is that they don't change. See, like the thing about network marketing, and I've heard it quoted by a few people, success in network marketing is you come in one person and you become a better person, someone else. There's got to, you come in a moth, you come in rather a caterpillar, and you're gonna emerge as a butterfly. But some people who already know this, and there's people who've gotten different pin levels but never changed. Like you'll see people that the same pin level, like but they don't have the kind of business, they don't have the kind of abundance, they don't have this because they didn't change. So one reason is people don't change. The other reason you'll see is that people don't stay. I think Chris Atkinson said that 92% of all consultants quit after being told no 5 times. Now 92% quit after getting 5 no's. Because there's 3 kinds of quitters for the most part. There's your one-day quitter. They join, by the time they get home, they talk themselves out of it. And then there's the 3-day quitter. You know, the 3-day quitter used to mean a little bit more, used to be a more a legal thing, because it meant that in 3 days you had the right to cancel and get all your money back. There ain't no money that can get back now. But what happens in 3 days is that maybe the spouse looked at them wrong. Maybe the neighbor at work, they said something wrong. Maybe their boss, their cousin or brother. The 3-day quitter let somebody else talk them out of it. And then the 30-day quitter just kind of poofed. You know, they got those 5 no's. They didn't get the check. They didn't get, and what you'll find is that 90% of the people that quit all are going to quit in your first month. So some people don't change, some people don't stay, and the one that relates to action is that some people don't blitz. See, it says success is to take heavy action on one good idea. What that means is that you got a blitz is this. See, let's say you do a 30-day blitz. It means for a 30-day period of time, I'm going to make a concerted effort to make those calls. If I'm normally making 2-3 calls a day, for 30 days, I'm going to contact, I'm going to connect with, I'm going to communicate with 10 people every day, 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 every day. Because what happens with a lot of people is that the reason why they don't ever get forward is because they're stopping and starting. See, I don't know if you realize, if you were to go to the gym, if I were to jump down and do some push-ups, I know I look good, but let's just say I'm not that good. And I could do 10 push-ups. And I came back here next month to see how many more I could do, and I didn't do anything in between then and now. I can probably do 10 push-ups. But if I did 10 push-ups, I sat down, caught my breath, about an hour, and came back and did 10 more the same day. And did that 3 times in a day. And then I got my nice rest, and I came back the next day. I might still just be at 10. But I guarantee you, if I came back every day, on day 30, I'm doing 50 push-ups. See, most people are the same place they are in their business because they stopped and started. And so what you have to understand is, what can you, look at your calendar. See, that's what I always, when people tell me when something's not going right in their business, I just say, well, let's look at the scale. You know, if someone's got an issue with their marriage, well, how many dates you have? How many times, let me see your love notes tour. Let me see this, that, and the other. Okay, how many bonbons in the trash can? Let's see the bottom of your sneakers. Are they worn out? Nope. It's this, in network marketing, your calendar. Because if you make 10 calls a day, let's say you make 5 calls a day. If you connect with 5 people a day, that's 5 times 30, that's 150 at the end of the month. And if you actually had a conversation with 5 people for 30 days straight, it's 150, then let's say half of them agree. Because these are people you know. You're not calling, it's not like you're like Wall Street broker picking up a phone book calling somebody you don't know. It's your cousin, it's your brother. Because I can tell you 2 things will happen. A, you call people you know, so they'll talk to you. But if you do it every day, day 30, you're probably inviting a little bit better. You're probably speaking a little bit clearer. You probably have a lot more confidence. You're probably doing it just a little bit better. So I can tell you, let's just assume that, for sake of argument, you made 5 contacts a day, you got 75 people, you made 100, talked to 150 people, half of them agreed to see you. Half of them agreed to see you, then it means only actually half of that number actually see you. If you're a marketing consultant, you press play for 35 or 40 people in a 1-month period of time, it's impossible. If you press play and do a 3-way every day for 40 different people, it's impossible. And the reason why I know you can't disprove that, I've never seen anybody that set a calendar with 40 appointments and 43 ways and they got nothing out of it. It just doesn't happen. Prove me wrong. I dare you. I dare you. I'll give you $100 if you prove me wrong. If you schedule 40 appointments with real people you know and do 3 ways, even in you're trying to prove me wrong, someone's going to screw you around and join. It's impossible. And so the thing I want to leave you with after we go about to do these 10 points is really 4 questions. 4 questions. These are 4 questions to ponder. The first question is, why? I mean, why do we go through all this? You know, we're here every week. We're going to do a training. We just got back from Envision. We're going to go to a power trip. We're going to get in the car and drive to Pittsburgh. We're going to go to this training. Why? I mean, why do all these things? Why stretch yourself? Why become better? Why read the books? Why expand from where you are to where you possibly could be? I mean, what's all the effort? Well, that leads me to the second question. Why not? I mean, why not see what you can be? See who you can become? See how far you can go? See what levels you can reach? Why not? And third question is this. Why not you? I mean, don't you know the view from the top is majestic? I mean, the thing I love about a Successful Home magazine is I look at some people and I read their backgrounds and I'm not impressed. I mean, I really, seriously, I see where they came from and what they did, and I'll meet them at the convention, and I'm like, if he can do it, why not me? I mean, if she could accomplish all this stuff, why not me? Like this, you know, I think about buddy David Belmar, moved here from Puerto Rico and became an executive consultant. He didn't know nobody here. And then, I know people here. If he can do it, why not me? And the fourth question is, why not now? Why not now? I mean, why not now? I mean, you gotta be here till you're gone. So use the time now. Achieve those great things now. It's in your power to do that. Why? Why not? Why not you? Why not right now? See, we're gonna hear some people get recognized today for getting pinned, for making different ranks, and all the different things, the comma clubs, and you see all those people. Why not do it right now? I mean, if we're in the midst of history of things happening, it can happen to you, and it can happen now. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's beneficial to you. Go spend some time getting to know Jim Rohn. Go spend some time. Jim Rohn is he is a true gift to us. I didn't meet him until after he was gone for years, and I listened to him probably every day. I mean, I can't tell you how effective he was. There's so many resources out there. I'm actually going to, the program that I looked at kind of gave us a little snapshot of a much broader program they have available for us. I'm going to invest in it because the return I've gotten off of who I've become and how I handle different situations and how it's elevated my business has just made it an amazing investment. Jim Rohn is a great thing, but I hope that did some honor to it. Because one last thing, I'll leave you with this. This is good. Yeah. So, thank you.
Here's what I'm asking you to do. Walk away from the 97%. Don't use their vocabulary. Don't use their excuses. Don't use their method of drift and neglect. Won't even walk around the block for their health. Won't even eat an apple a day. Won't even take the time to refine their philosophy for a better life. Walk away and join the 3%. Guess how many people can retire from the income of their own personal resources when it comes time to retire? Answer, 5%. In America, 5% of the people are independent. 95% are dependent. Take charge of your own retirement, you can multiply it at least by 5. Let the government take care of it, some company take care of it, you got to divide by 5. I'm asking you to take charge of your own retirement. Take charge of your own life. It happens.